day of my marriage. And the entire what he has given his own handwriting, I have given it in my book Fragrant Travers, there in Xeroscopy of his original letter itself. It says, Ritukala Bhigamanat, Paradar Vivarjanat, then something else, Brahmachari Tikathyate, a householder. The scriptures clearly say, these are the days when you can intimacy with your wife. These are the days when it is prohibited. That is the days of festival when you think of God. Say the birthday of Ram, the birthday of Krishna. Don't have dalliance with ladies or with one's wife. And on some other days, so like that they have prescribed it. So you adhere it completely and accordingly you have intimacy. It doesn't prohibit it, you have it. And number two, never commit adultery. Never think of somebody else's wife. Baradar Visarjana. Leave off looking at others' wives. These are the only two conditions. If a man leaves a householder's life, gets even 10 children, 20 children with all these things, he is still a brahmachari alone. That is that. So the word brahmachari has been interpreted by some of our Mahatmas very, very strictly, which doesn't have the sanction of scriptures. That's what I would say. And it has caused more harm because a number of people have come to me with all their depressions and all. They said, sir, I read such and such a book where he says, otherwise you are all lost and all that, and I am in this problem. So this is the main thing. So long as your mind is going towards Lord, automatically you get purified. You see, if you want to leave off all the bad habits, it will take you several janmas, several births. To leave one cigarette, it may take your entire lifetime. To leave off that pan parag, it will take you, that supari-like thing, it will take you another 20 years or 30 years. If you are accustomed to LSD or other drugs, to leave it out, it will take you 20 janmas, several births. And when are you going to start thinking of the Lord? So, with all our sins, with all our weaknesses, you catch hold. Grasping Him is more important than leaving these things. Give emphasis on grasping Him, and you say, Lord, I may have all these things. In the Confessions of Saint Augustine, which is a book which has been highly lauded by our Vivekananda. He was a young priest, but a complete profligate who was, and a completely, a man was given to drinking a lot. He was a drunkard of the worst order. He was going to the ladies of the market and all these things. With all that, he loved a lot like it. He will go and hours so that he will pray and weep. Lord, make me a real brahmachari. Let me never think of any woman. Please take away all those things. Lord, let me never take a drop of liquor anymore. I don't want it, Lord, I want you only. But Lord, not now, I will tell you later. See again, and that is coming. So that is how we struggle. It's all a question of depiction, how we struggle in that life. Yes, that struggle is required. So during the struggle, if something happens, there's nothing wrong in it. So long as your mind is with Him, from time to time, you know, that's my goal. Keep always your goal. You may err, you may fall down, you may slip, but again you walk towards Him. That is what is important. Catch hold of Him, everything becomes all right. Narada asked Brahma, how is it that I find that you never commit anything wrong? Your senses never go towards any wrong objects. You never tell a single word of lie. How is it you manage it? She said, Yata autkantataya dhrito hari. When I grasp the Lord with all my mind, with all my heart and with all my soul, and this is all happening by itself, I may as well do no harm. That's all. So that is more important. I would say give less importance to it, give more importance to that. Automatically things should write themselves. Well, this is my opinion.
This shloka was from Narad Bhakti Sutra.
This is from Srimad Bhagavata, from the first skanda.
Swamiji, what is the importance of rituals, as many intellectuals are not happy with the ritualistic approach?
See, the point is, nobody knows to which path is fit. As I said, there are various paths which are meant for various stages. There are various stages. So you cannot put an 8th standard boy and tell him about quantum physics, what is E is equal to mc squared, what is a mass, what is velocity. He cannot understand it. So for him there's a different class. But unfortunately, we are not graded scriptures into the first KG class scripture and PhD scriptures. There is only one, say, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, but it contains from KG class to the PhD. Only a guru can tell you which is meant for which stage. Similarly, for one stage, rituals are very important. I will just illustrate with one story. Ultimately, as I said, it's a question of realizing as to who you are. But now you are unable to know it because you're intoxicated with the illusion. That's all. So, in Delhi there was a rich man. He was in his own house. He had only owned one bungalow. He was all alone. From morning onwards he was boozing. And by afternoon 3 o'clock, well, it was more than full. It was overflowing. He was vomiting. And he was completely intoxicated. He called the driver. Hey, it is 3 p.m. It is time we go home. Come on, bring your car. He said, sir, you have no other house. This is your only house. To which house do you want to go? Hey, don't talk back. Do what I say. He brought the car. And then he took him round from evening 3 o'clock up to morning 2 o'clock, some 300, 400 kilometers via Haryana, via Gurgaon, via Rohtak, and he came back to the same house by night 3. Unluckily, he had not taken any bottles with him. So, slowly, by 2 o'clock, he had come to the normalcy, the intoxicants had left. The moment he got down, he recognized the veranda of his house, he recognized the gate, he said, now I have arrived. So, he has to do this entire ritual to come back to the same place. It was essential for that intoxication of years, that illusion, which caused the illusion for it to go. So, as such, this is one example I am giving you alone of these rituals. Apart from it, all these rituals, as they contain a number of Vedic hymns. As I said, every Vedic hymn, they contain a lot of forces which work. So they are all working against you, they all work against your intoxication, they are all trying to bring down your wrong ideas and wrong perceptions and delusions. So they also help. So everybody thinks these are meant for the KG class and I am of your thinking. Who told you at what level are you? Nobody knows. So it is only deluding oneself. Unluckily, it is going to harm you more than that. So as such, and you follow the path which I had been following earlier. So till your intoxication goes, if you had been doing the rituals earlier, so you are attached to the rituals. There is nothing wrong in it. There is no question of saying this is an inferior method. It is the method which suits him. When a fellow goes to the doctor, or say our Dr. Tribhuvan, there are 5 people, all of them have got similar fever, similar vomiting, similar problems in the digestion, and like that, and similar temperature they have got. But he gives to one penicillin, he gives to another ofloxacin plus something else, say ofloxacin he gives. And for a third person he says, hey, you take paracetamol 2 tablets, you become okay. He doesn't give the same because the constitution is different. So according to the spiritual constitution of the person, he chooses the method. So rituals are necessary for certain constitutions. It does help them.
Swamiji, as people from foreign countries are not accustomed to the mantras and japas, what will be the type of practice which will be suited to them for God's realization?
Yes, there are several methods. As I said, go direct as to who I am. There is no God comes in. You know that you talk to them about energy. Well, who is it that talks? Who is it that sees? So you are that. You are not this body. Then who is that? Where from you came? Where are you going? Did you come from anywhere? Did you go anywhere? You are only that. So you go on thinking as to who I am. So the entire process of who I am or simply I am. Because I am is better suited because you know pretty well you are. The idea is to get rid of that, all the thoughts. So as it simply is, it is not a japa, don't say I am. You are aware you are I am, remain drowned that awareness. That is, remain like a child which is just born. A child which is just born cannot have any thoughts because it doesn't have a vocabulary. Through the mind to think of cot, pot, rat, You should know you should know that vocabulary. The child is just born, so it cannot think of nuns, it cannot think of hospital, there's no thing. Because whenever you think the thought, the form goes along with the name. So it neither knows the name nor can it recognize the form. So what is it got? It's got feeling. There is a head, there is a heart. So the head cannot work, the heart works, the feeling is there. So what are the feelings? First, the feeling of appetite, the feeling of thirst, the feeling to evacuate feces and urine. Well, these are the main ones. Supposing all these things are done, this child is lying supine with an angelic smile. It is all angel. So at that time, it cannot have any thoughts, but what will be its feeling? It is just enjoying its life. It is just enjoying its being. It is just enjoying its upasthiti matra. That it's being alone, that I am, that amness. It is enjoying it. Remind us that don't add, I am an MBA, I am an engineer, I am 80 years old. The moment you add, you are going to be unhappy. An 80-year-old man will say, oh my Lord, I am 80, I don't know when I am going to die. See that young man, how he walks, how I am walking. You are going to be miserable. When you say, I am an MBA, somebody comes with a foreign qualification and all that, and see, look here, I am only an MBA, see, he has got a bigger qualification from Harvard University. So, the moment you add, it will cause you misery. Don't add, remind it, there is no competition in I am. So, remain in that stage of simply perception of your being alone. That's all. This is one method. Then another method could be, go and sit in your garden, say here, go and sit there. Don't allow anybody to come for 1 hour. Don't keep your cell phone with you. Tell them, even if God comes, tell him Swamiji is doing his meditation, you please wait in the waiting room. So you will not be disturbed. Simply sit there with your eyes open. There is a lot of greenery, there are a lot of things. I am just seeing. But I am not seeing that this is a mango tree. Oh, this is the mango tree. My Lord, this sapling I brought 6 months back, it has grown so big. You are choosing. Don't choose. Chunav Rahit Drishti. It is called a choiceless perception. Remain in the totality of perception. Samagrata ki drishti mein raho, chunav mat karo. Remain in a vision of totality. Don't choose any individual out of it. Now, you are looking at all, you do not know which is which. You do not even see which tree it is. Now the other important organ of perception is your ears. There are a lot of noises coming here. Some fellow is fighting with somebody. One child is weeping. My neighboring girl has started her piano at the highest top level. She cannot sing, she cannot play. She is playing like hammering the entire piano. Lord, save me. She has started it. And somebody is beating a drum. So many noises. And somebody is putting a transistor and it is doing some Vedic portion, some Rudri. And somebody is putting a transistor, some cinema songs or pop songs are coming. Now, don't choose and say, oh my Lord, that child is my sister's son, I say. He's weeping for half an hour, nobody will say anything. You have chosen, you are becoming miserable. So don't choose one noise, remain the totality of the noise. All the noises are there, you can remain. I have seen it myself. I was coming from somewhere, then one lady pointed out, see this song which is coming from that dukan, from that shop. I have heard it when I was 9 years old, does a top hit? Then I also heard, till that time I didn't hear it. It was there for 10 minutes, I was just entering in ashram. The moment she told, I became aware of that noise. Because she chose it for me, so unfortunately I had to choose. That is all. If she had not pointed out, I would have been the totality. So remain in the totality of perception. Simply sit there and enjoy. Even if you feel like sleep, you sleep for a little while. Your nerves get this thing. Simply there will be no thoughts. You will be just there. Thoughts come by choosing. When you are in totality, there is no choice. When you are seeing wave by wave, you will say, oh, this wave goes this side, this wave. You remain in the totality. You are not seeing which wave goes and which wave goes, but you are the total, the source. So remain in the totality of perception. Don't choose. This is another method. Like that, ever so many methods. And this is more or less like this. Our Jakshamurti has given it. And apart from this Sharanananda has written a book about it called, it's called Mukh Satsang, because absolutely there is nothing, no talk, nothing. So he calls it Mukh Satsang. Rather, the book has been written, his ideas have been written by one Professor Devaki. She was in Vrindavan as Swamiji in the last day. She was a professor of psychology in Ranchi. So it's a beautiful book, it's in Hindi. And then he has given. So the same thing has been developed in different way. I only give you the basic. Even if you do the basic, you will have the benefit. So these sorts of things are there. Who I am. So the I am has to be done in this manner. This is not mine. This has been already given by people like Ashtavakra. The second one which I said, that remind your ambulance, he says, Nidhi deham pratakritya, chiti vishramya tishtasi. So here what happens is, you do no effort. Is there any effort in sitting idle? Only if you see something, there is an effort. You are hearing one noise. Now when you don't hear anything, only the totality is going on, where is the effort? You are not even making an effort to see. You are not making an effort to hear. It is a total